Hi dear 8th graders, how are you? I hope everything is fine with you. Today I cannot be with you in the class. I think you know I had a bad surgery in my teeth, but I'm fine now. I'm just recording this class just for you know I am here, I care about you, but I will not there in the school with you, but I am here to teaching you. Great? Let's do it as better as we can. Follow the video guidance, okay? And next class I'll be with you, okay guys? I count with you today, please. Let's go guys over here in this lesson. It's very cool. I planned this lesson thinking each one of you. I hope you will enjoy this one. But here is our slide. We have some changes for our classes for this quarter right now. I will explain to you also. But first of all, welcome to my math class. Here's Mr. Romeo Miguel. Today it is October 20th. Let's go over here this lesson now. Guys, our lesson today, as we start as normal with mental math, we have one-step equation, two-step equations, multi-step equations, and multi-step equations with fractions. The first one, as we learned before, where is the variable, left or right? As we see, we can see the variable is in left. We move what the math operation tied to the variable is multiplying -2. What is the opposite to multiplying -2? It is divide -2, as you can see here. We divide by -2 in both sides of the equation. We got our answer x equals -4. In two-step equations, we have over here 4x plus 15 equals 35. First of all, where is the variable, left or right? We notice it is in left again. And what is the math operation next to the variable? Okay, not tied to the variable. Next, okay, first, because it's two steps. It is adding 15. The opposite for adding 15, as you remember, guys, it is subtracting 15. We're subtracting 15 right now on both sides of the equation. We got a 4x equals 20. And right now, where is the variable? What's the math operation tied to the variable? It is multiply 4. The opposite from multiply 4, it is dividing 4. And we got it x equals 5. Multi-step equations here. Remember, our new step over here, it is combine like terms first. Let's then do it. As you notice over here, multi-step equation in blue, as you see, we're combining 2x minus x, and the other side of the equation, we have 10 plus 3. 2x minus x, it is just x, 10 plus 3, 13. What is the math operation tied to the variable is subtracting 5. The opposite to subtracting 5, it is adding 5. And our solution, x equals 18. And the last one, multi-step equation, have 5, 6x plus 2 plus 1/3 equals 5/2. First of all, we need to combine like terms again. Which one, mister? Left hand side we have 2 plus 1/3. But they are different denominators. We need to make it the same denominator, the LCM. As you remember, we make 2 become 6/3. It's the same thing as a 2. And we add 6/3 plus 1/3, we got a 7/3. And right now, what is the math operation next to the variable? It is 7/3. Adding 7/3, we move by the opposite, subtracting 7/3 in both sides of the equation. And on right hand side, we have a fraction again operation, but different denominator. Be sure to use any method that you want. Here I'm using the butterfly method to solve it. Okay, cross multiply and multiply denominator. It is 15 minus 14 divided by 6. And we got over here, oh, let me just fix the camera here better. Great. Nice. And here we got a 1/6. 5 6x equals 1/6. As you remember here, where multiply fraction one side, we move it by the other side in the reciprocal. Remember, flip the fraction. and we have here both sides for we were doing it, and we got the solution. It is 6/5 times 1/6. We multiply each thing, subtract, and we got a subtract, no, sorry, we simplify x equals 1/5. Remember guys, the methods, the structure over here, especially using fractions, we use this a lot in our lessons in future. Okay, let's go over here guys. As I told you, here is our agenda today. We are working welcome attendance is done for the teachers over there with you already. The mental math, we're working here, our enter ticket, and today guys we start the unit number 3, inequalities. But our question for all this unit number 3 will be making the world a fairer and more equal place. Can we do it guys together with math, mister? I will show to you how to do it, okay? But remember guys, this class, as all the time you know, I'm thinking each one of you. You are the most important and precious thing I have here in ERJ. Please be sure to do your best, and I will do my best also to help you. Great, let's go ahead guys. Well, here is our unit number 3. We're starting right now. We're talking about inequalities, but our question over here this quarter, all this quarter, part of the quarter, another part we do another thing, but it is making the world a fairer and more equal place. Can we do it guys together using math? I will prove to you we can do it. Great, but let's go ahead here. Our enter ticket today guys, now it's time to show your journal. Open your journal and write down this question in your journal. Great. Please, who will be there? The teacher, you can hit pause over here to be sure the kid is writing this thing. What is an inequality? Here's my question to you guys. What is an inequality? Write down your journal now. Great guys. Let's talk about inequality a little bit. Let's work about this. And remember guys, inequality, where the alligator mouth opens to the biggest. Great, I hope you enjoyed this thing, but let's go ahead. Guys, our statement of inquiry in MYP program, it is the question guide us through a subject. Our question or thinking about this, it is the difference between quantities can be represented by inequalities, which allows us to solve and logically address inequalities in mathematics and life. Great. Here is our lesson. Here's the most important thing to do. Attention over here, and I'll explain to you everything we're supposed to do this lesson. Our key concept is logic, our related concept is quantity, and our global context, it is fairness and development. This is the thing we are working this quarter, in part of this quarter, with this activity. Let's go ahead. Debatable question. Guys, we start this lesson with debatable question over here. We are talking about discuss what is meant by equality. Two ideas of inequality and equality change from culture to culture. How is equality related to fairness? Great guys, right now pause this video, discuss with your peer next to you, share it with your neighbor. Okay, if you are in chair number 1, talk with the friend chair number 2 and each other. Discuss what is meant by equality. What do you think about it? I think if you were in advisor a few weeks ago, we talked about this before. But remember this talk and let's do it again here. And what is the ideas for inequality and equality? What does it mean for you? And from culture to culture. Great, especially if you are from another country or visited another country before. What is the difference over there and here in Brazil? And how is equality related to fairness? Great, pause the video now. Great guys, I think you finished the discussion. Just very grateful to talk about this. I'm not talking about this for each one because I know you can have a great talk about this in the class, but remember about what does equality and inequality means. Guys, what is an inequality? Remember our question, our enter ticket. Attention over here. Inequality, guys, let's talk about this. As we already know, quantity has to do with an amount or a number. We understand when one number is greater or smaller than another, and what that means. We say expressions are equal if they have the same quantity or total, and we use this property of numbers to solve equations. As we know, we are familiar with some symbols in math already. The equal to, the two dashes over here. We have the approximately or nearly equal to, okay? It is the squiggle, two squiggles together, and the identical to, it is three dashes. Great, just be sure the same thing, they are very equal. And guys, I would like you to think per share again with your peer next to you. If you talk with the neighbor to the chair number 2, for example, now try talk with your neighbor in back of you. Great. What is the difference between these symbols? What do you think? Equal to, approximately or nearly equal to, and identical to. Can you give an example of each of these being used? Think about with your friend. Let's think about an example. When we use equal to, when we use nearly or equal to, and identical to. Great. Pause the video now. Great, guys. I hope you discuss about these. As you remember, equal to, it is we have something on a variable and the result, they are equal. Great. Approximately, it means it's not the same like pi number. Sometimes we say pi number you can use 3, 3.14, 3.14, 15, and so on. Great, but never is the real equal. It's approximately very close, but not the same. And identical to, it's like I have one Mr. Romeo are identical with other Mr. Romeo. We have a bottle identical to another one. They are equal. They're the same thing for real. Great. That's the meaning. Let's go ahead, guys. What is the difference between equality and inequality? Attention here. Here's the very important thing we have to talk. In mathematics, an inequality shows the relation between two expressions or two quantities which are not equal. They might be as simple as showing that they are not equal to one another, like 6 plus a half is different to 10. We know that if you add 6 and a half, that it will never be equal to 10, never. But we can also show in which way the inequality is directed, tied with this. Like the example, which is bigger or smaller than the other one, by using different symbols. We just change the symbol over here. We change this, the inequality, not equal to an inequality to show to us right now. We have a good answer because we know the answer is less than 10. Tell us the result now is less than 10. That's the thing. Great inequality we use for this. For these situations, to be sure to have an exact thing. But remember, don't do it all the time. Just when you talk about inequality. Great. What is the difference again between equality and inequality? If we use the opposite symbol, greater than, to express relationship, we would also have to reverse the expression. Great, guys. We need to reverse the expression. Remember this idea. Okay, this is a spoiler alert because we need to use that for a specific case for relationship, okay, inequality. Great. If we use the reverse, we need to reverse the equation. Now, as we remember, equality, the position or the variable it is, doesn't matter. In inequality, it matters a lot. Great. Attention over here. And we can also describe when the cardinal number of a set is larger or smaller than another one. Great. For example, we have the number of mosquitoes on the planet is greater than this number of human beings on the planet. I think everybody agrees with this. Great. This is we can use inequality also to express quantities we don't know, but we know for real is greater than. Guys, another examples we can use it is for numbers that are totally disproportional or disproportionate or of different orders of magnitude, where one is much bigger or much smaller. We can use the even more specific symbols like the much less than or much greater than. Great. It's the same thing, the greater than or less than sign, but with an extra one. Why, Missy? Because we be sure they are very disproportional. For example, the number of humans on the planet is smaller, much smaller than the numbers of stars in the universe. Great. That's the thing. Right now, guys, let's work a little bit, but let's understand, before work, let's understand the idea here. Greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to, guys, is another symbol we use. This symbol is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. It is, guys, for an expression like this tells us that x can hold any value above and including 4. Great. When we have the equal to, the dash below the inequality sign, it means it's part of the group. Great. It's part of the group. It's part of the result. Let's go, guys. Let's go some practice right now. It's time to practice. I think you learn very well this thing. And the practice question here, guys, it is, let's start it, to think about it. Explain what is meant by the inequalities. Try to understand these statements I have over here. People apply for jobs in media and the number of jobs available. B, 7 is less than x is less than 21. And x is greater than 2.5 or 2.5. And the x is part of the natural numbers. Great. Talk about this. Think about this, okay? Pause the video a little bit and think about this. 2 minutes. Great, guys. I think you return over here. I think you practice a little bit this idea. I think you understand now what does it mean, inequality and equality. Guys, we have also the strict inequalities. Remember that, it's very important. The strict inequalities is an inequality is strict if no equality conditions for the expression are possible. What does it mean, Mr.? Example here. X can be any value greater than and including pi number. Great. But when we're talking about strict inequalities, x can be any value greater than pi number, but strictly cannot be equal of pi. I can use any number greater than pi, but not pi. Okay, we don't have the dash above or below the inequality. That means it's not part of the group. Great, this is a strict inequality. Let's go, guys. Let's think about our activity number 1. We're talking about very important information about here in the MIP program. It is the communication skills. We use inequality for communication, Mr. A lot. Let's talk about this. Using mathematical notation correctly. Great, guys. We have these symbols to use. Determine which symbol you think should be written between these sets to show the inequality correctly. Select from among the strict inequality symbols. Less than, much less than, greater than, or much greater than. Great, guys. Read each one and figure out what you think. Great. Pause the video now for 5 minutes and work on this activity. Great, guys. I hope you finish this one. And if you want, we can talk about this a little bit, verify your answer. not stop by over here, and we'll have access for this video in future. But here is the answers, okay? And you can talk about this later, okay? You can pause the video after I finish to present all the answers over here. We can compare a little bit, but don't spend a lot of time on this, okay? But just for the idea, for you understand how we use this. Great, let's go ahead, guys. And our lesson today is how do we represent inequalities? Now is the math part of the thing. Let's go, guys. Example question over here, represent the following inequalities on a number line, is very easy. We have the number line. We are looking for numbers greater than or equal to 1. Then we draw a circle number 1, but a closed circle. Remember to solid circle because 1 is part of the group, okay? And all numbers greater than 1 solve my problem. Okay, we're talking about set of solutions, not just one solution we have. We have a set of solutions. Great. We have a group of solutions. That's why we do it representing using number line. Great. And we have another examples over here. X is less than or equal to 1/4 or 0.25, the same thing. 25 hundredths. And we have here a solid circle in 0.25, okay? And the number line is smaller than, because I'm looking for a result less than 0.25. And the other example here, we have a -2 less than x less than 2. Here, guys, as you notice, we have two conditions of inequality. We have one in the beginning, another one in the end, okay? And how it works, mister? Well, these new conditions, guys, there will be a beginning and an end to the interval, okay? It's end case. The x values must be larger than but not equal to -2, and they must be smaller than and not equal to 2. The solution for me, guys, as you see, oh, the circle now is different, mister. Yes, the circle is different because we are talking they are not equal to. Great. We start over there, but not with the number. That's why, the open circles. And we have a line connecting the two numbers, and we see here, as you notice, this is the possibilities of solutions over there in green. You see here. Great. Notice we use the open circles to show strict inequality. Great, guys. Here's the way to represent inequalities. Now, attention over here. How do we represent this? I have just one thing. If you were asked to show a number on number line such as x equals 10, you would probably draw and mark it like this. Great. An inequality, guys, by definition, has a range of values possible. Remember, as I told you, it's not just one solution. I can have any solution equals or greater than 10, in this case over here. Then x could be equal to 19, 17.3, 11, 10.122222, 10, whatever. Doesn't matter. I can use any number. That's why we have an inequality, because all others, there's a range of solutions solve my problem, not just one. Like we can see here. As 10 is included in the possible solutions, we color in the circle to show it is included in the interval. The line will continue to infinite as the only condition is that it is larger than 10. Okay? When you see the arrow pointing, it means infinite. Okay, goes to no end. And if it had been given a strict inequality instead, such as x is greater than 10, as you notice, 10 is not part of the group. Then the interval, as you see here, I am in the camera, but you can see the slideshow over there. I sent you the picture, also is better. Great. you see the arrow moving to, oh, and I noticed my camera is, but okay, I think you understand. But it's not mirror my camera, but I will understand the idea here. Great. And the arrow always on, always better. No, or whatever. Then here is not part of the group, and the arrow goes directly to the position, to the infinite over there. Let's practice a little bit now, guys. Now we need more extra time to work. You need 12 minutes. Pause the video and solve this one. Great. You have in the exercise number first here, the first column, as you see, you will need to represent each of these inequalities in a number line. Remember to draw the number line and solve it. Great. And in practice number 2, I give you the solutions, okay? Can you list all the solutions for the following? X set is part of integers numbers, okay? X is such that X is part of integers numbers, okay? And -2 is less than or equal to X less than or equal to 3. Remember the way we read this thing, okay, guys, is the set of all X such that X is, as you remember here, X is part of, okay, is part of the group. Great. It is part, is working on this. It's part of the group of the integers numbers. The solutions must be integers. Great. These symbols for integers. I think all you remember this symbol. Great. Is any number in this group, -2, less than X, less than or equals to 3. And the way we represent this, be sure. And describe these inequalities. I give you the graph. You write the inequality over here. How do we write that? Remember, here we have just dots, and here we have a number line. I'll have a line. We have a difference over here. And why would it be difficult to give the solutions for this inequality? What do you think? Is difficult to this one, or is easy? Let's think about it. Great, guys. Work on this. Great, I think you finish. And after you finish this one, if you need it, I can send to you the answer question over here. But be sure X is less than 4, number line, number 4, open circle. The second one is closed circle. The arrow is the same way, okay, is moving to the left. Yes. Moving to the left. It's better I say left and right than show the camera. And guys, number 3, it is X greater than 0 is easy. Open circle is 0. Moving to the right arrow. The less than 3.5, less or equal to closed circle, moving to the left. And pi number line, pi number, I think you remember, 3.14. And open circle because it's not part of the group. Great, guys. I think you remember this one. And number 6, it is a set of solutions, okay? We have a beginning and an end. Beginning is -3, end is 4. Be sure we have closed circle and a line pass by these numbers. Great, guys. This is the way to solve. Very easy. The other one also. If you need the answer keys, just let me know. How do we solve inequalities, guys? Using the algebra. Using the algebra, guys, it is the same thing. It's an example with equation, two-step equations. We move 7 by the opposite, -7, 3x equals 21. And which number times 3 is 21? The number is 7. And we have our solution over here. In the inequality, mister, the same method, don't change nothing. But right now the sign is different, it's inequality. 3x plus 7 less than or equal to 28. We move -7, move by the opposite, -7. which number times 3 is less than or equal to 21? Now this is the way to say, and we know it is 7. And any solution less than or equal to 7 solve to me. Okay, it works. That's why we have x is less than or equal to 7. Great, guys. Here's another example. We have over here x plus 4 over 3 equals -2. Remember, we first move, we're dividing by 3. What is the opposite for dividing everything? Multiply by 3. That's why it's -6 the other side. Here, x plus 4 equals -6. Move 4 by the opposite is subtracting 4. The result is -10. But when it's an inequality, be sure, okay guys, attention here, be sure you can move the same thing, solution solve the same way, but our inequality, as you notice, no change. It not change, okay? And the last example here, the same thing, using just inequality. I think you got the solution over here. 2, divide 2 by 4 would be 2 divided by 4 would be 2 here. Simplify the fraction, and after we have x minus 3 divided by 2. Move 2 by the opposite is dividing 2. Multiply by 2 will be 18, and after move 3 x. The solution here is any x greater than 21, greater than or equal to 21. And remember our worded example, word problems, like Jacqueline wants to go to Coding summer camp that costs $1,000. She applies for scholarships to add to her savings of $100. How many scholarships must she win if they are each for $250 to be sure that she can go to this camp? Express and solve this problem as an inequality. Let's call the number of scholarships 5, and each scholarship is worth as 250 times, we call this S, sorry, and each scholarship is worth 250 times S. So she needs 250 S or scholarships plus 100. Why 100? Because she has 100 already, to be greater than or equal to 1,000 to make sure she can go. Then we solve our solution here to be sure how many scholarship must she win, and we notice she needs at least win 3.6. Okay, 3 scholarships and 6/10. Great, this is at least. If she got less than this, not works. Anything greater than this, solve for her. Great. Therefore, as I told you, here's the solution. You can see the application for. And then query challenge. Surrey has found the following inequality in the textbook and is wondering how to solve it. Find out how to handle an inequality like this and solve it. List all the elements to be. Represent the solution on a number line. We solve this in the classroom, next class, okay? I'll explain to you how to solve this one. Right now, remember the spoiler alert I told you, we need sometimes to switch the position. This is the moment we need to do it. Guys, when we're solving inequalities, sometimes we have the negative numbers over there in the variable, yes? Yes. Now let's think about this. 3 minus x is greater than 2. As we notice, we need the variable b alone. What is the opposite of 3? It is -3. We move 2 minus 3 will be -1. Negative x is greater than -1. But do I need the negative x? No. Algebraically, this one, we are looking for x, not the negative x. So, we change, we move, okay? But in the inequality, mister, we don't change the inequality. Okay, it's the same thing you say x is greater or less than 1. Okay, that's the thing. Be sure to understand these steps. Okay, did you notice, guys, how the sign has changed the direction with the operation of dividing by -1? Okay, we're dividing here by -1 or multiply by -1. Remember, guys, as I told you, we need to move the math operation. Okay, we're talking about the math operation when we need to move a negative number by multiplication or a division. Okay, I'm not talking about subtraction. I'm talking about multiply or divide a negative number. We need to flip the inequality. Great. Remember to flip the inequality. But mister, I'm not sure about that. How can we discuss about that? Let's do it. Think about it, guys. We have 1 and -1. Okay, we have 1 and -1. Let me draw over here. Let me draw over here to just be sure you can understand better. We have 1, number 1, and -1. As you notice, we easily see 1 is greater than -1, yes? Yes, we can see easily this one. Let's right now multiply this number by -1 here, and this one by -1. What is the new result? Well, the new result here will be -1 on this side and 1 in this side. Yes? Yes. And the inequality. Okay, let's keep the inequality. -1 is greater than 1? No, it is not, mister. Something is wrong. Then we need to do something. What? We move the inequality. We flip the inequality to be sure this statement is still true. That's the thing is happening over here. Great, guys. I hope you understand this point. Let's practice now, guys. It's time to solve the problems over here. It's up to you. Do your best. Great. You have 10 minutes to solve this one. Pause the video and solve it. And we have a special one in the end. I will solve this one with you. Nice. I hope you finish to practice this one. Don't worry if you need the answer keys. Don't worry, I sent to you also. Just email me to be sure you need it. But let's go, guys, over here. I will solve the last one. First, distribute. Okay. 3 times 3x, 9x. 3 times -7, -21u. And here we have 9x moved by the opposite by -9x, -9x on both sides, goodbye 9x. And we have just -7i's greater than -21's u's. As you remember, we are moving, we need to be the variable alone. We are moving, what's the math operation next to the variable? Okay, tied to the variable, sorry. Tied to the variable is to multiply -7. We need to divide -7. -7, -7. The answer here is 3u. But the inequality, remember, guys, we are moving a negative number by multiplication division. Then flip the inequality. The solution, it is I is less than 3u. Oh, we have a special name over here in the internet. This means I love you. Hope you engage this one, you like this one, guys. This is the solution for this question. I love you. Great, guys. Let's go ahead here to our Z ticket. We're finished the class start now. What is inequality? Pause the video and answer to the teacher over there. What is inequality, guys? Nice. I hope you share a little bit this one. And the inequality in mathematics show the relation between two expressions or two quantities which are not equal. Great. Also, they might be as simple as showing that they are not equal to one another. But we can also show in which way the inequality is directed to, which is bigger, by using different symbols. Great, and we learned these symbols today. Guys, we finished our lesson today. Homework number 26, we have a little change as I told you before. Now the homework, it is portfolio. Great. I would check this each class online. Google Classroom have to send it to me. The due date, as you notice, is on a Saturday. To be sure you have extra time to work on this. Is Saturday is the due dates for homework now. Learning Live students, you work just in the even or odds, okay? For real is better. But remember to work on this. Great, this is the homework 26, and all classes now will have homework. Great guys, homework right now, I just changed the names for the level, but the level is the same. Level 1. Right now I call level 1 my problems. Simple problems we can solve easily with just simple steps we learned before. Now level 2, I call this as a complex problems. These are problems you need more complexity and work a little bit more to be sure to figure out. And step level 3, right now it's named as challenging problems. These are problems you need to work a little bit further to be sure you understand these steps, how to solve it. Be attention for the negative signals. Attention over here, I call this as challenging ones. And the last one, now level 4. My level 4 is called unfamiliar. It is the problems we have over here. Great, it's problems we are not unfamiliar and we are matching the previous knowledge using exponents over here, using decimals, using all extra things. Be sure, guys, to solve this one. This is very important you understand these patterns over here. Guys, here was our class. I hope you enjoy and learn a lot about this. Sorry about my voice level, it's not that loud. I cannot talk a lot. It's kind of painful, the process for recovering, but I'll be fine. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a great class. Love you. Bye bye.